This is Prepping with Rex, and I'm Rex. Let's talk about it. I've been reading up, watching videos, reading some articles on them testing our meat. You know, the actual meat that's butchered and packaged up, they send out to the stores. And, I wonder why is that? Why wouldn't they just test the animal? But if they test the meat that's been butchered from just say a cow contracts the avian bird flu that's supposed to only be for birds, but they'll come up with a different name here soon. But anyways, cow gets sick with it. Well, they kill that cow. They butcher the meat up. They put it through its process of whatever chemicals, whatever wash they do. They send it out on the shelf. People eat it. People don't get sick. They don't contract the avian bird flu. Then they can still take that sick animal, butcher it up and sell it to us. Well, if they're going to do that, I heard when all this started coming out about the bird flu, they were killing thousands and thousands of chickens at these chicken plants because they were coming down sick, or they were in the area of other sick birds, just eliminating them to no chances. Well, now they want to test the meat that's packaged. They want to package the meat and test it and see about it. So that tells me that there's not enough of these animals to just kill out the whole herd. Just, 1,000 cows come down with it, so we kill the 87,000 cows that are on that farm. But instead, no, you get rid of the sick ones, and the ones that might have it, you still butcher it up and you package it out and see if that meat's contaminated. And if people can still eat it, you still feed it to them. That's scary. They talk all this, before you know it, you're not going to be able to go to the store and buy nothing without having some kind of card or the mark of the beast. And, food's going to be so outrageous, you're going to have to be rich to buy it and all this other stuff. God, if that ain't the least of our worries. North Korea. It comes out that North Korea is selling viruses and sicknesses I consider different, but I don't know if it's really considered that. Like a sickness is like a common cold, something like that. A virus is like fucking AIDS, hepatitis, something. But they're coming out with some kind of viruses that can be put into a can and sprayed, whether it be aerosol or a little squirt can or shot through the sky, and they're selling it to Russia. And it's like, if the news is coming out with this, if America knows this is happening, we're just going to put up with it. We're just going to put up with it. Is that what we do now? We're scared. America, whoever makes our shot, whoever calls the shots, and they can blame it on Joe Biden all he wants, but he still has to go through a committee of people to make a call on anything. To have the grass a little bit longer at the White House, it still has to go through a ordeal. But whoever's calling the shots in America, which I'm sure it's just not one person, they say it's the elite, the richest people in the world, have come together and they control everything. But, if that's the case, whoever's doing it, they're scared. They know that China's not one to be messed with. And now China and Russia have become buddies. China, Russia, and North Korea have become buddies. Iran, all of them. Now all the people that we've been going over there and either dropping bombs and blowing them up or going in the nighttime and fucking them up, taking their resources, they've all become China's allies. You think when it comes time, who else is going to switch up teams and become China's ally? Which, you got to get it. What were they supposed to do? Continue to let us oppress them? Like China said, we're done letting you oppress us. Which I don't even know what that means, but I kind of think I do. But I think China is controlling it all. And then you got Russian, so on and so on. They're weakening us by taking our resources. Not only have they started trying to make our people sick, and I'm watching videos every day of people saying, I'm sick. I've been sick for months. I can't get over it. My kid's been sick for months. It's not normal to go to a family event or go hang out with a group of friends, come home, puke your guts out, shit all over yourself. That's not normal. It's not normal to catch, for your kid to be sick every 3 weeks because they went to school. It's not that's not normal. Common colds, and it's been around forever, yeah, but not this rampant. It's not been this rampant to where people are staying sick all the time. And I think it's been introduced to us. It's either being introduced to us by people traveling to our country and spreading it around from another country. Here, I'll give you the antidote. When you get over there, I want you to fly that airplane. I want you to walk through the airport, cough and sneeze and spit all over everything. Go to a couple malls, lay up in a fancy hotel, hit yourself with that dose of that antidote, and you'll be better, and we'll pay you good. I don't know if it's that, or they're infecting birds with it and sending the birds over here. Either way, it's been quite a few years back. I rode a Greyhound bus, I think, from Tampa, Florida to West Virginia. I was on a bus. I think she had E. coli or Ebola, as this woman did. And she was on the bus. Well, I didn't come down with it. But now you get around somebody like that, it's highly contagious, and these viruses are highly contagious. And it could be, I also thought it could be the sickness. We got the flu, we got strep throat, whatever else we got over in America that are codes and viruses that kids get and we get every year. Other countries, they got their own code, and they get their own name for their viruses and their own codes that they get every year. It could be a mixture of all these different immigrants bringing it with them. And, I'm not a racist guy. I don't care. But these guys that are coming over from the Middle East and all that, they've been taught as little kids to hate Americans. These people were actually strapping bombs to themselves and running in buildings and running in stuff and blowing up everybody in the name of whoever, and that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. But America has a problem. These other countries, we call them bad and say this and say that about them. They band together, not only through religion, but through family, and that's who they are. They're from their country and they love each other because of it. Americans are not. If we have too big of an incident happen in America, you're going to see people go crazy. They're already going crazy. You take away the power, you take away the meat, you take away the stores. Oh, people are going to go crazy. Then you got your other half that they're ready. I'm sure there's groups out here right now in America, they're locked and loaded and they're ready to rock as soon as it pops out. That's scary. A lot of our problem is not the lower level, your drug addicts and small time criminals that get caught shoplifting or stealing food or clothes or whatever. No, America's problem is the higher up, the people who have money, because drugs, that's like drugs. Ain't no junkie bringing in the drugs. You got somebody who's rich, got millions, bringing in that big load, and that's why they're bringing it in. And it's not like people don't know this. They know it. But with the Bible is a history book, and it's telling us what's going to happen, and people are not paying attention. They're not. God's fixing to have a war with the devil, and they're going to use us to fight it. In America, it's like, we home of the brave. We was a gangster country, and now we're letting these people punk us. If 30 years ago, we would have found out that there was a Russian submarine not that far off of California, we would have went out there and run them off. We might not have blown them up, but we'd have said, hey, you got to get on out of here. They already said that ordeal, the transfer of Alaska was faulty. They ain't wanted it back yet, but that's like Taiwan and China. America came in and negotiated that deal and made that deal happen. And, back then we were a feared country, so they listened to what we said. We told them to do it, and they done it. Well, China's like, no, we're not that little weak kid you used to pick on no more. We're big dog. We want Taiwan back. Same thing with Ukraine. We negotiated that deal, and they did it. Then Putin was like, look, we're big. We're taking it back. That's ours. You crooked us. We want it back. And they're in there taking it back. And I don't think it's about that. I don't think it's about taking back Ukraine. I think it's all about China. I think China wants to become the number one superpower. I think that Russia